Hello, world, and all you people tuning in. It's so good to see you. I'm so glad you're here. Today, I want to talk about blocking out time for you. I know today is Mother's Day, but I don't want to focus on that so much as I want to focus on you. I want to remind you that you're the most important person. Yes, our moms are important too, but let's talk about you for now. We'll get back to her later on. But the concept is when you need time, you feel like you're either overwhelmed or there's chaos or lots going on around you, you just say, I need to take 5 or 10 or a couple hours. What is it that you need? And can you take that time when you need it? I know some of you are still working for companies and you have to put in for vacation time. Yes, you can have sick time, but usually you're sick when that happens. You don't have health days. What I'm talking about is today, as an example, I just felt intuitively after my meditation that I needed to block out an extra hour in the morning. Now, it's not because I was sick or off kilter. I just felt like it was essential for today. So I did. And once I got my day going and the things I needed to prepare, I realized, yes, that's true. I did need to do that. And I felt so much better. It was like a what do they call it? A power nap. It just kind of recharged my batteries. And so I want to suggest to you that sometimes you're going to want to take 5. Now, I'm not talking about taking time away from your corporation that you don't get paid for, but it's a sense that you need to remind yourself, I'm important. And if I'm refreshed and together and focused, then I can be so much more useful, so much more grounded and solid and together. So why not take time for you? Have you planned out your next days off? Have you planned like a long weekend, what you're going to do just for you? Yeah, some of you have family. Yeah, I'm not saying, just cut them out of the deal. Why did we end up creating man caves or she shacks? Because there was an essential need for us to take care of us, meaning you. That's why those things got created, because there's a need for that somewhere. Otherwise, it wouldn't have gotten created. I'm not saying you have to set a whole separate room aside in your house for that. I mean, it would be nice. But if that's not possible, then what can you do just for a few minutes? For me, an example was sitting in the living room reading a book until I had time to go to my next appointment. I had a couple of hours and I thought, yeah, I like that. I'm going to go do that. So it felt good to just unwind, take a few extra minutes, and do something that brings me joy. Sure, I could have watched a movie or something else on the internet, but I really like reading a physical book, and it really lifted me up. I felt refreshed. I had what we call an attention shift. I went from one thing to the other, and my mind just unwound. So I'd like you to think about that in your days to come. What are you doing for you? What is it that you need, and how do you fit that into your schedule? Because I think it's an essential factor, and I'd like to hear about your comments of how you do that. What would that be like for you? And with that, I will sign off, and I'll see you real soon. Bye for now.